Okay, this is one of my rental houses that a guy's been in for 25 years, and he just really, nothing's been done to it in 25 years, and he destroyed it inside, and like I said, nothing's been done to it. It's like 1960s in there, 1970s. So we're gonna go in and gut it and redo it, and I'm gonna take some video as we go along and just let you see how it turns out. You can see the front door, it's all rotted out. There was a wall right here. We took it out. We're gonna take this wall out here. You can see what it looks like. We're gonna have to tear the floor back here. It had water damage. Nobody told us about. Come down the hallway. Believe it or not, we turned on the heating and cooling. He hadn't used it. And the heating, you see we got damage, floor damage there. And the heating and cooling, the cooling kicks out the coldest air ever. All he used was this window unit. This was the room he used. It looks a little better than the rest of the house. See that 1970s ceiling fan. The bathroom is so old that it's back in style. I think we're going to clean this up and try to save most of this tile. It's disgusting in here, to be honest. If that tub will clean, we'll try to save it. But I think we can, all this tile is back in style now. And I think we can try to salvage that. This was a dining area. Here was the kitchen. We've already taken out the stove and all the appliances here. And all these cabinets are going to come out. That wall's coming out. And we used to have a washer there, and the dryer was out here in the carport, back up in that little room over there, if you can see over there. But we're going to take this wall out from about this point back, and then we're going to make a closet right there and put a washer and dryer in that closet, a stackable washer and dryer. So that's the plan with this house. I'll record this as we go along, and you can kind of see how it turns out. We're going to fix it back up, and instead of renting it, I'm going to put it in Airbnb or VRBO or something like that, and rent it that way rather than have a full-time renter in here. This is like an ideal location in town, so it's all about location. So that's the start. You can see where we're at. Guys, I'm in my guys' way here that are working, but that's the start. You can see what we got. It's 3 bedrooms, only got 1 bath. Eventually, we'll probably add another. My plan is to maybe put a door right here and make this into a little office and have a doorway that goes through here with another big master bedroom and bath out here in the backyard. That's kind of the plan for this at one point. I'm in a college town here, so rentals are a big deal, especially when football season comes. Airbnb does really good in football seasons. But there it is. You can see what it looks like, and I'll update you as we go along, and you can see the final product when we get done. units in that closet there, and it'd been leaking for years. Nobody said anything about it. And it rotted out all those joists and that entire room in there. See if I can jump down here and let you see. Well, all this has got to be redone, and that corner over there is rotted. We put a new roof on it, so we don't have any more water problems. But the problem, a big limb came through that roof up there, and the guy didn't tell us, and water was just pouring in here for months. We didn't even know. But see, it rotted all this. I don't know if you can see that in there. Rotted all that out. That's where the heating and cooling unit is. But anyway, we'll get this fixed and new flooring in here, and then we'll start on the rest of it. Okay, we're going to do a little update here. See, we got part of that wall out. We're going to bring it back a little bit further than where it's at right here. It's probably going to come back to about right here. And when you come on this side, you can see where we marked it right here. And the reason we're leaving that much is we're going to build another wall off here back even with this wall, and we're going to make a closet right there, and there's going to be a stackable washer and dryer in there. Previously, the washing machine was in the kitchen over here, which we already took out all the cabinets along that wall. The rest of those will come out, and it looks like they took a few of these out. All of them will come out. The rest of this will come out. We're going to put all new cabinets, all new flooring in here. This floor, it's been leaking over here. Plumbing's been leaking for years. Rotted all that out down there. And the dryer was out there in that room. I guess you can see through this dirty door. There's a room back there in the back of the drive or garage, and that's where the washing machine was, or the dryer was. So I'd shown you where we tore all this floor out. We replaced all the joists, as you can see here now. All those joists have been replaced. So now we got a good solid flooring here. Good solid base back here. And we'll put all this flooring back in. We'll just probably put plywood back in here. Previously it was like a 1x8 probably. Boards is what they'd use for the subflooring. But we'll come back in and probably put plywood, use plywood. We got a good solid floor now. They got it jacked back up where it had sunk here in the middle, back to the right height. Okay, I lost my audio on this portion of the video, so I'm going to kind of do a voiceover here. But basically, we had to tear all that flooring out and all the way down the joists and take the rotten joist out, floor joists, and replace them. And then we went back on top of that with plywood. I mean, we just were about the only place we might have salvaged these old wood floors was the living room, but even they had bad spots in them. And the real problem was the guy had cats in there, and there was cat urine soaked into these floors for years and years, and we could not get the smell out, so it wasn't worth trying to save the wood floors for that reason alone. So what we ended up having to do was seal those wood floors. We basically used a Kiehl's product and sealed them in, and polyurethane version of Kiehl's, and sealed those floors in, and that way it locked. There's no way those smells and stuff can come through the floor anymore and into the house. But even after sealing it, I put a roofing version of a vapor barrier over it, so that nothing could come through there before we put the wood floors down. And then we
just going into the bathroom here, I'm trying to save as much of this tile as we can. We do replace the toilet, the vanity, and the top, and all the plumbing fixtures. But I did try to save most of that tile. I did not end up saving the tile in the tub. I did granite. I used epoxy and did. It looks like granite, just like the kitchen countertops, and you'll see pictures of that later. But we refinished that. And I had to refinish that tub. I cleaned it and it looked 1,000 times better than it does, but I just could not get all the old yellow stains out, so I ended up refinishing it. And I don't know what I'm talking about here. I'm just walking around each portion of the house and showing you what it looks like after we kind of got it cleaned out and tore out any old carpet. And most of these floors were covered with carpet. You know, wood floors were in when they built this house. Then carpet became the thing, and there was some vinyl, I think, in that dining room and kitchen that we tore out. Um, but none of that stuff was really salvageable, so we just tore it all out. And this was quite a job redoing this house, but I'm really proud of the way it turned out. And I didn't talk a whole lot about it. I thought I had more information on the heating and cooling, but the old air conditioner still worked, and it was ice cold ice. But when we tested the heat, this was in the spring, so it still was a little chilly, and you needed some heat too. When we tested the heat exchanger was completely shot in this unit, so we were going to have to replace that. So it turned out it was cheaper just as cheap to replace the whole unit. And what I went back with was a heat pump, a 21 SEER heat pump, and what it is a combination of a mini split and forced air. So it has the mini split condensing unit on the outside hung on the wall, but instead of having the single um, air handlers on in each room, it has a central air handler like a central system would. And I just used all the old ductwork and was able to use the rebuild the return and place where the air handler sits and reuse all the ductwork and stuff. And so we salvaged all that. And I will say that during the month of July, here in Mississippi, where the humidity was 95% and it was 100 degrees every day, the electric bill was $100, and we were running that air wide open with the doors open, coming and going. And I was just shocked at how energy efficient those new units are. And it's been great as far as how well it cools. And so we haven't used the heat anymore. We didn't need the heat by the time I got it installed. So we'll see how the heat does. But I'm sure it's going to work similar. But I can't say enough about that unit. And what I did was I just went on YouTube and I'm sorry, not YouTube. I went on eBay and purchased the unit myself and put it in myself. Um, I know you can buy these Mr. Cools where you supposedly don't have to have all the equipment and the know-how, but I've got all that stuff. I'm not an AC guy by any means, but I know how to put a vacuum on something and pull the vacuum down, and I know how to get a tight seal and make sure we don't have any leaks on the um, copper pipes and so forth. And I've got all the equipment to do all that with, so I just put the whole thing in myself. And I think I had a couple of bids on it for the range from about $8,000 to $12,000, and I think I did it for about $1,500, $1,800, including the equipment. So I did it really cheap, and I'm real pleased with it. But anyway, that's about the end of this segment. It's going to pick back up, and I think there's audio in the rest of the segment, so I'm not going to continue to interfere with it. I'll let us go back to the video as it was.
Okay, just a little update. We got all the rest of these kitchen cabinets out. Got it replumbed. The plumbing was in not very good shape, so we replumbed the water. We also added our stuff for our stackable washer and dryer over here again. The wall will come from here out. Even with this wall, we'll have a little closet right here. The rest of that wall is coming out from there over. You can see we got most of it out. See where the old wires were, we'll have to replace those, put them in new spots. We got the floor joist replaced. Got the subfloor back in. Good and steady now. No more sagging floor back here. Still got to repair that wall. These two, you can see these two boards are like cardboard. That's where there was a water leak there at one time. Nobody fixed it. But from about here back, you can see it's solid there. So we just got to replace those two joists and hole down there on the outside, and we're gonna fix that. So we're slowly making progress. Doing a little bit of work in clean the bathroom a little bit. We took this old slide, and I'm gonna refinish that tub. Place any of these tiles where there's any holes in them. I think we can find this tile. Put a new cabinet here, remove this stuff, remove that old, put a regular mirror up there and light up a little higher. When we redo this shower, we'll move this shower head's made for a 4-foot person. We'll move it up here where it needs to be. But just a little update, we're making progress. Got the kitchen cabinets measured and ordered. I'll put white shaker cabinets in here. On this side, I'm gonna put base cabinets and wall cabinets. And the refrigerator was over on this side. We're gonna move it over here. I didn't like the way it was set up before. So the cabinets will come to about right here, and the refrigerator will sit right there. And then on this side, we'll have base cabinets, and the stove, it has a gas stove, gonna go right there. The washing machine used to be over in that corner. We'll make that all base cabinets, and I'm gonna put floating. I'll actually have I'm gonna put some kind of vent hood here, kind of updated vent hood, and all the appliances will be new, of course. And we'll put floating shelves on both sides of that. So anyway, that's where we stand at the moment. Not much else I can really show you. I think that's pretty much the progress we've made so far. We got the basic house in good shape. You know, the foundation and all the floors are solid now. So what I'm gonna do with these wood floors is, it's a shame that they've been ruined, like, because these were, you know, you just don't see wood floors like this anymore. But I'm not gonna try to refinish them. I'm just gonna put come in here and put new wood floor on top of it. So anyway, again, I don't know if I mentioned it, but you know, this bathroom is so old that this type tile is back in style again. So we're just going to try to salvage it and save some money. Eventually I may redo it, but for now I'm just going to try to salvage it. So here we are. That's where we stand. Man, them cabinets are still filthy. But I'll continue to update you until we get a finished product here. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little progress update here. Come in the front door, you can see the living room. Hadn't done much in here. We did remove the wall that was between the dining area and the living room. We took it back, we took it out back to here. This wall used to go all the way across, and you can see by the floor down there, there was a little passageway through here. We took all that wall out, and we put this wall up and plumbed this and set it up for a washer and dryer, ran the wiring, plumbing. I don't know, I'm probably gonna put some kind of door on this. I'm not sure what yet. I may just put like a bifold door there. and that way you got plenty of room to slide your washer and dryer. I've done some stackable washer and dryer closets before, and always made them standard size, and you have a hard time getting stuff in and out of these closets and getting behind them. So I made this one um, a little extra wide, so you got plenty of room. And so that opens up the kitchen and all. I'm gonna have full cabinets on the floor on both sides here. And then I'm gonna put wall cabinets over here. The refrigerator used to sit right there. We're gonna move that to down here on this end, right here. And so we'll have full base cabinets on both sides on the floor. And then I'm gonna put wall cabinets on this side. And on this side, I'm gonna put floating shelves. I'm gonna have over the gas stove. I'm gonna have one of these new update. I'm actually gonna have a pot filler for water here, and then I'm gonna have above that is gonna be a exhaust vent, like a stainless steel exhaust vent that's open and goes up. So that's the plan there. The only other thing we show you this bathroom. I told you I was going to keep this tile. I decided that I want to put granite in these to dress this up a little bit since we're going to keep this old tub. I decided I'm going to go with granite. So we'll put green board back in here, and I'm going to put granite. I may do epoxy. I've done some epoxy before that looks like the exotic marble or granite. And I may do that to save some money. You can't really tell it's not real granite. And I might do the same thing with the countertops on both sides in here just to save a little money. Because I'm definitely going over budget here. It looks like I'm going to end up spending about, so far I spent about 20 grand. But I bought all the flooring already. You can see we did repair this floor here. No more bouncing floor. We pulled the wood up, took the subfloor out, which was basically rotted out almost anyway, and put all new floor joist in here. Put the new subfloor back down, and then we took the old wood just to save some money on materials. We took the old wood and put it back down, just so the floor. We want these floors to be uniform, since I'm going to put new floors on it. You don't want any high spots and low spots. So rather than just have to go buy all new plywood and stuff, I just put the old hardwood back down. Doesn't matter what it really looks like because we're going to cover it with new flooring anyway. And my air conditioner works in here, so I thought I was going to be able to salvage this heating and cooling for a little while and get a couple more years of use out of it. However, the gas heat, the exchanger's bad, so I'm going to have to change it out. So that's why I'm trying to save a little money in other spots, because I'm going to have to spend about, I'm going to put it in myself. So I think I can get the materials for about, I think I'm going to be able to get that for about 3 grand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put I was just going to do a mini split, and like a quad mini split, and put one in each bedroom and then put a big one out in the main part, but then that leaves your bathroom out, and I've already got all the venting, so I'm doing a combo mini split air handler. So if you hadn't heard about that, you might try that. And I bought the entire kit for, so I got that coming. That includes the copper, but I've already got copper here that runs out to where it used to sit, so I might be able to salvage this copper. But yeah, this unit's no good. I can use the air conditioner for, we're coming into summer here, and you need an air conditioner more than you need heat here, but you do have to have heat about 4 or 5 months out of the year. Some heat of, so, but anyway, that's where we stand. Latest update. We're making progress. It's gonna be a nice little house. But yeah, it really changed really modernized it by opening this living area all up and having it open through there makes it feel like a much bigger house. Doesn't feel so cramped and small anymore. This house is only about 1,000 square feet. This is the way they used to build them. People didn't build mansions back in the day. But it's the location on this house. I live in a college town. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the previous video. Of course, that window unit will come out, but we got it for now if we need it. But in these college, we're like walking distance to the main downtown square here, which is ground zero. If you're close to that, your property's worth double. And then it's probably a mile to campus. So this thing will bring about $3,000 a month. But I'm thinking about putting it in. Just a little update, new front door. Got all the sheetrock back up in the kitchen. Ceilings, I just put a coat of paint on the ceilings. Got everything kills, including the floors. Get the smell. This place smelled horrible in here. So we kills everything, including the floors. Laundry room turned out pretty good. Got the new heating and cooling unit in out there. You can't really see it.
Okay, we lost audio here again. I don't know what's going on with my audio, but it kind of comes and goes. But I wanted to show you how I rebuilt the heating and cooling box there, a little closet where the air handler will go. All that had to be rebuilt because it was rotted out. New solid piece of plywood there. My plenum is still up above that. I was able to reuse that. I had to build a transition to it. We rebuilt the little air return underneath there. And you can see where we've killed all the floors, walls, everything. And the reason we did that, again, was because of the smell that was in those floors that we could not get out. I don't know if you'd ever got them out. Eventually, maybe it goes away. I don't know, but we didn't take any chances on it. So you can see all our cabinets have come in. I've got them sitting there. I saved a lot of money on these cabinets by, instead of having somebody build them locally, they're pre-made and come from, I think they're actually made in China, but I buy them locally from a company out of Texas, and they ship them to us, and we have to put them together. But one thing I will say about them is they're made out of mostly real wood. They don't use a lot of that MDF, although there is some MDF in them. I think it's only the inserts on the doors where it doesn't really matter. And I've used these in several remodels, and they work really well. And you can see I did decide to take that tile out around the tub, and so I've got my Durarock up there. And decided I'm going to do the epoxy panels or whatever. And we actually make those on foam boards, so those boards are, a 4x8 board's $20.
Just a little update. I can't remember if I showed the new door. This is actually a fiberglass door that you stain like a wood door. It's supposed to be rot free. The frame and all is supposed to be rot free. We got a little problem with water splashing on the door out there. I'm going to put a stoop over it before it's over, but for now we went ahead and put that door in. We see we got everything painted. We killed everything in here.
Okay, I want to show you a little update on the heating and cooling here as well. You can see I have the unit in there, have my copper pipes run, got my wiring running there. We did get a lot of the fixtures, starting to work on the fixtures, getting all the wiring done for lights, and we replaced every AC plug, every light switch, every cover, all that, so it's all fresh and new. The other stuff, some of it was as old as the house, so it was, it just all looked dingy and dirty, and so we're replacing all of that.
All the walls painted. Pretty much got all the two coats on all the walls. We may have to come back and touch up a few things, but next thing we're going to do is another ceiling fan. We don't have a light in here. Haven't done much in the bathroom yet. I'm trying to salvage most of this tile. Took it all out of the bathroom. I'm going to put granite in here. Redo this tub. Put a new toilet. New vanity. This is where we made the laundry room. Washer and dryer is going to go back there. I don't know if you remember, there was a wall right here before that separated these two rooms. You can see how it opened it up and changed the house. Really, that'll be the kitchen and dining area right down through there, the living area in here. Really changed the looks of the house. But that's an update. We'll update it again. I think the next step, we're going to put the flooring in, put the rest of the light fixtures. Still a few little spots on the ceiling there, touching up. Get all the light fixtures in. We are going to change out all the switches everywhere, all new switches, bright white. We'll stain that door. This is something new. I'd never seen this before, but it comes in a can like paint. You just paint it on the windows here, and it's called H2O gel. And then after you don't have to worry about paint. And then when you get ready to paint, this stuff just peels. See how easy it comes off. So it makes it easy to paint. You don't have to cut in or tape off or anything. I've never seen that, so if you hadn't heard of it, it's called H2O gel, and it works really great. But there it is. Probably Monday I'll finish the heating and cooling, so we'll have new heating and cooling in here. We'll start putting the cabinets in as well. We're going to put the floor in first, though. So next step, we'll probably see the floor in. There it is. Nice little update. I'll update it again when there's more to show you. Thanks for watching. Okay, we continue to make progress. We've got all our flooring in here in the living area, dining, and kitchen. This is going to be the kitchen back here. Shown you all that several times. So we got all the floor through here, into the hallway. Haven't done this room yet, or this room, but we got it all down the hallway. Got this room completed in here. Still have to put the baseboard up, but we got the flooring. See, the walls are all painted. We got most all of our new light fixtures and fans up. I went with these real low profile lights, and I wasn't sure how I was going to like them, but I think I really like them. Make the ceilings feel taller. Fans are all low profile as well. Put can lights in here. Need to adjust the light colors on a couple of them. I haven't done that yet. And then you can see these lights here. Got a low profile. We added lights to all the closets. None of these closets originally had lights. We've added lights to all the closets. I think that, see the fan in here. I think this circuit's off. But yeah, we did add lights similar to what's out in the hallway, except they're white instead of black. But yeah, we're getting there. We're making progress, slowly but surely. I really like my floor. I think it turned out nice. I like that lighter color. Makes it feel a little bigger in here, in my opinion. Taking that wall out, I don't know if you can remember, there was a wall right across here and a doorway that just went through there. And we took that wall out back to here, and then we added this piece here, and that created a laundry room here. Now I got a really neat door I'll show you once I get it up. I wasn't sure how to do this door, but I want to keep it wide open where it's easy to get a washer and dryer in there and you got room to work around it, because it's going to be stackable. And a lot of times you make these little tight rooms and you can barely get it in there and you have a hard time getting it through the door. But this door I've got It's it's like a barn door, except it doesn't slide out. It slides, you pull it, and it folds and it slides along the barn door thing at the top. It looks kind of interesting. We'll see what it looks like when we get it up. But I really like the pictures of it and the way it looked. And one thing I did that I'd suggest to you, this is all our new appliances. They're all here, but I'm going to leave them sitting there till we get the cabinets in. I'm going to start working. Now that I got the flooring in, I can start working on the cabinets. The one thing I did that saved me a lot of money, I was really surprised, is I bought all these light fixtures and all my plumbing fixtures at Amazon. And they look just like the ones at Home Depot, except they're cheaper. I saved a lot of money doing that. I bought these 4-inch can lights. I think I got 20 of them for a little over $100. Those things are, I saved a lot of money doing that. And, how good the quality is, I guess we'll find out. But even if you had to change them out, every once a year, twice a year, like a light bulb, is still a whole lot cheaper than what you'd pay at the box stores or the electrical supply or lighting supply people. That really saved me a lot of money. I bought this flooring from Home Depot. It's supposed to be waterproof and have a 30-year warranty on it. It's supposed to be scratch resistant and waterproof and all that. And it was on sale for $1.99 a square foot, right? One of the holidays there when I bought it. And so that saved me some money too, because I think it's a really nice floor. It feels good when you walk on it. It looks good. I like the lighter color. So we'll see how it holds up. I'll update this down the road a year or so and let you know how it held up, how these fixtures and all that worked out. But I think I'm going to Airbnb this place rather than rent it. By the time you see this video, when it's done and this place is finished, you'll see the start and the finish. And I'm tired of people doing my rental like that, my property like that. It's a college town, and they just don't take care of stuff like they party in them, trash them. So going forward, I think I'm going to Airbnb this one. This is the location this one's in makes it easy to Airbnb. But anyway, that was the update. I'll continue to update you as we make progress here. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you can see it. This thing used to have popcorn ceilings, but we scraped them all, and now they're just flat ceilings. So that made a difference as well. I think it looks better. So anyway, I'll update you again when we make some more progress. Okay, just time for a little update here. See, we got all the flooring in. We're starting to put the cabinets in. Got those in, ready to install those. Stove's gonna go in that hole there. Sink's gotta come over here. They just haven't cut the holes in the cabinet. Dishwasher will go right here, and refrigerator will go down here. And trying to see what else. We got the new door in. I think I've already shown you that. Black cabinet over there is going to go in the bathroom. There's all our appliances. But we got all the flooring in. Flooring turned out really nice. I'm real impressed with this flooring. I like the color. Their wall, the gray walls. So you got all the flooring in. Got lights in the closets now that never had before. New ceiling fans. We did put can lighting in the, I think I'm gonna end up putting can lighting in the, see, I got a switch on each side in the kitchen here for can lighting. Turn those on and off. And new fan in the living room. Put can lighting and a new switch right over here. Oops, wrong one. There's our can lighting. Got all our baseboard up in most of this. Hadn't done that living room yet, or the kitchen. I think that's the only thing we lack, finishing the baseboard. I'm probably gonna have to put quarter round down. I didn't want to, shoe molding, whatever you like to call it. But without it, there's a few gaps because the floor is not completely level. So I think I'm gonna come back and put, I was planning on leaving it off, but I think I'm gonna put it on after all. This bedroom done, new ceiling light. Closet light, first time in 50 or 60 years these houses never had closet lights in them. They're not much closets either, but that's all they used to have back in the old days. Got my new heating and cooling unit in. Only thing I like for getting this ready to go is vacuuming it down and opening up letting the Freon loose. So my vacuum pump, I was having trouble with it, so I had to order a new one. It hadn't come in yet. Hopefully this weekend I'll vacuum that down and let the Freon loose, and we'll have new heating and cooling in here as well. Hadn't done anything in the bathroom really. I'm gonna try to salvage this tile. I told you that. I'm taking these off. And took it all out of the shower. I'm gonna put granite in here that matches the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna put a granite countertop on this cabinet. I'm gonna put a black cabinet in here. And I'm gonna refinish that tub as well, so it'll look new when I get done. It looks horrible now. We've got it pretty much ready to go. All new bathroom piece. This is where the laundry room is. This is not completed yet, but this is gonna be like a sliding barn door. The washer and dryer will be in there. See how this works out. Something a little different without having a regular door there. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me turn the light on back here. I think that's going to look pretty nice. What else? I think that's about it. We're getting there slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, we'll get the cabinets in, get all the plumbing fixtures in. I'm going to have one of the pot fillers right here. I think we got it off centered a little bit. These cabinets are not exactly in the right place. There's just room for a stove here, but even with the stove, I think this is going to have to be moved over 4 or 5 inches. I think they missed it a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to be too big. I don't think that's going to be too big a deal for them. These guys can patch sheetrock in no time. There's still a little spot right there that needs some work on it. They've been sanding on that. I see a few spots. When I was up in the attic, I messed a spot up somewhere. I can see they've already fixed it. You can see where they've been sanding. I've been doing some more sanding, so I got to touch this up. You can see the little there's touch-up spots everywhere. It needs to be done. But yeah, it's coming along. I don't know if you can remember, originally there was a wall there and a door between the living area and the dining and kitchen, and now there's all one big room. I think it really opens it up, makes it feel a lot nicer in here, a lot bigger. All new light fixtures. So really that's about it on this update. We're getting there, we're getting close. Spent a lot more money than I originally intended. I originally thought I could do this for about 15 to 20,000, but I'm closer to 30. Man, things have really gone up since the last remodeling flip I did. This one I'm not going to flip. This is one of my rentals. I think I'm going to put this in Airbnb. I think I've told you that. I hadn't really decided yet. I might change my mind. But yeah, things have really gone up in price since my last flip, which was not that long ago. So I'm gonna be closer to 30 grand than 20 grand. So it's probably going to end up costing me about 30 grand before it's over. But there it is, 3 bedrooms, only 1 bath. But this location on this, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the 2 big bedrooms, I'm gonna put a queen size or maybe even a king size bed. These bedrooms are bigger than you think. They're like 15 by 12. So they don't look that big, empty. But I think there's plenty of room for a king size bed in here on that wall right there, or even this wall. So we'll put a king size bed in there. I'm gonna put 2 bunk beds in here, probably one on this wall and one on that wall. So you could sleep 4 people or 4 kids in here, and then I'll put another either queen or king size bed in here. I think that way it'll sleep 2 couples and 4 individuals, or it'll sleep 6 individuals. 2 of them getting their own room. But that's kind of the plan for now. And that's the latest update. So I'll update you more when we've got more to show you, but that's where we're at as of today. We're getting real close. Get this kitchen put together. It's going to be a big piece of it. And then get to work on that bathroom. But there it is. I'll update you when we know more. Okay, just another update. Come in the front door. You can see we got all our new fixtures up. Got our can lighting in as well over here. I got a switch for some can light if you need a little more light in here. Got all the flooring in. This is the cabinet for the bathroom. This cabinet here is going to be like a little bar that goes right here. We'll have a little coffee bar there. Since we're going to use this in Airbnb. We got some of the appliances in, most of the appliances in. We got our new refrigerator. Nice clean new refrigerator, new dishwasher, all new cabinets and hardware, new gas stove. We're gonna have a pot filler here. They didn't have enough support back there and they're gonna move it. It's not centered, so we're gonna move it down a little bit. Got our stainless steel. It looks blue, but it's stainless steel. We leave the cover off till we get through touching up the ceilings, paint. This side we're gonna have cabinets on the sink side. This is where the sink will go in here, sink and drain. So this side is gonna have cabinets. On this side we're gonna have floating shelves. We'll have two floating shelves on each side of this. Got our door up. I think I showed you this door already. It's a barn door type door, but it's a folding barn door, something different I've never seen. Got our washer and dryer in. I've been through a test run on that. Everything works on that. Hadn't done anything in the bathroom yet. That's going to be our last. It'll be the last thing we do. Nothing really to update in the bedrooms. We got all flooring in, all the paint, all the baseboard in. I put a taller baseboard. I put a 5.5 inch baseboard. I just think it looks a little better. Can't remember if I showed you the lights in the closet. These closets hadn't had lights since this house was built, so it's been 50 or 60 years with no lights in the closets. But they have lights in the closet now. This is the smaller bedroom. Closet light. Got all new doorknobs for the doors as well. I don't know where that door's at. They took it down for some reason. And put it back up. Got my heating and cooling in. It works. Let's turn it on. 69 in here. Turn on the heat a minute and see if it'll warm up to 70 degrees. See, I use the same disconnect box. It used to come out right there and come over here to this unit. Well, I just ran the wire. You can see the new conduit. Repurposed the box down here, and I already have that wired into my unit. I need to connect my copper pipes. This is the power. It goes to the end, or the wiring that goes to the interior unit. Need to connect it. But the main power is already here. It's not connected inside, but I've got it turned off here anyway. just a switch. So I got that done. Did most of that this weekend. Got it hung on the wall. And you can see it's a mini split. The condensing unit's a mini split, and then the air handler is a regular forced air handler. So it's a little different. But supposedly since I already had all the duct work, it kind of made sense rather than running 4 different running 4 inside units and hanging them on the wall. But yeah, we're real close to having this thing finished. I don't know what that is hanging up there. They had something hung up there at one time. I have no idea what it was. Heard the heat kick on. I believe that's the heat out here. Yeah, I can hear the unit out there blowing. I hung the unit on the wall. I don't know if you can see through that glass or not, but it's hanging out there on that wall. Keep it off the ground back there where it's protected. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. It's coming along nicely. It's going to be a nice little house when I get done with it. I'm real excited about the kitchen. The kitchen's a big improvement. Getting rid of that wall was a big improvement. It really opens it up in here, makes it feel a lot bigger. Used to the washing machine sat over here in the corner of the kitchen by the stove. It sat right here, and the dryer was out in the closet out in the carport. So now we got all that inside, and like I said, I'm going to try to salvage most of this tile. I'm going to clean it all up, get rid of these, put new pieces in. We added a fan. There was no fan. Yeah, I feel hot air blowing there. What else? We did add there was no fan before for that. This is going to be granite. I'm going to refinish this tub, then I'm going to put granite in here. I'm actually going to do exotic epoxy granite tops. I've done several of them before and some others, and they turned out super nice. So they're real. So I'm excited about doing those in here. It's going to make it really dress it up. Save me a little money at the same time. So there it is. Latest update. Probably the next one, maybe when we get some of the countertops going. I still need a dishwasher end panel here. It'll go even with the end of that cabinet. This refrigerator, the spec said it was 30 inches, and so I planned this to be 30 inches, and there was supposed to be a little space left between that window. There's like 32 inches between that cabinet and this window. This thing turned out, if you measure it from the back, it's about 31 inches, but if you measure it from the front edges, it's almost 33 inches. So their measurements were way off. So don't always go by the specs they tell you at Home Depot, because those were definitely wrong. Yeah, I got rid of all the window units in here. Got nice central heat and air. It's blowing right now. See how hot the air feels coming out this vent over here. Oh yeah, it's nice and warm. So we're getting there. Anyway, next update will be probably when we get the countertops on, and then maybe one more after that when we wrap this thing up. So I'll see you on the next update. Okay, we'll do a little update on the house here, show you where we're at. Come in the front door, see the living room. pretty much got all the painting done inside, all the flooring in. Those chairs will go in each bedroom. We got most of we got all the countertops in now, or not the countertops, but the cabinets. We got our floating shelves started. We still need to do some touch up on them. Got our stove installed. I've got one of my countertops built, had pour epoxy on this. You see I did this is epoxy on here, and we'll sand that a little bit and it'll look like chipped. We'll make that look like chipped granite edges. So I got that one built, but I still got to do these other two. And then we'll pour them all at one time. Put a cabinet in here. I'm gonna put another countertop on this one. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna bring this all the way to the end of each wall and maybe put a stool under there so people could sit there and eat. I know I'm gonna put a coffee maker and some other stuff here. But not sure exactly what I'm gonna end up doing there yet. There's a couple of drawers that go in there that haven't been put in. But there's the main living area. We got all the can lights in now. All the appliances are in. Not sure if my guy hooked up the plumbing under here yet or not. No, he's got part of it hooked up. Yeah, he's got parts of it hooked up. Hadn't done anything else in the bathroom yet. Got one bedroom here. Already got my bed set up in here. Nothing in this bedroom yet. I'm gonna put bunk beds in here. I think I'm gonna put 2 sets of bunk beds in here. I think I've told you I'm gonna put this in Airbnb and not gonna rent it full time and put it in Airbnb. Another bedroom set in here. Got it up and going. The mirror in here. So there it is. Kind of show you what where we stand so far. We're getting there. We're real close. Just the little stuff now to finish up. So I'll continue to update you as we do more. Hopefully next time I update you, we'll have the countertops done maybe, or something done in the bathroom. That's really about the main things left. So looks a little messy, but we've got everything spread out in here where we're working and stuff. So anyway, we'll update you again later. Okay, a little update on the house. We got all the countertops built and we're about to pour the epoxy. So got a little piece right there, piece there, piece there, and then this is the main one where the sink will go. So we got 3 pieces. So all of this is cut out of MDF. You can see where I added this stuff is only a 1/2 inch thick, so I added a 1/2 inch piece of little edge all the way around it, and I put Bondo on there and just kind of patted it out where it looks rough, so it's going to look like it's going to have the chipped edges. And then the white primer paint on top of that. You always prime the wood before you put the epoxy on. So we're ready to pour epoxy, so we're going to mix all that up. And we didn't video building the countertops, but I'll probably videotape. I'll record it, us pouring it. Probably won't show you us mixing it all up, but we'll turn it on when we're pouring it and show you how we pour it. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, this is a day or so later. I wanted to show you the final result. I still need to put a flood coat on top of this, just a clear coat, just to protect that. But you can see it's turned out really nice. You can see my chipped, it's supposed to look like chipped edges. I don't know how well that's coming through on the video. But you can see those edges. But I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. It's the front part of that one. That's the three pieces to the kitchen countertop. Now this piece right here, I didn't have enough to pour it. It goes right here, but the other three pieces, this is the long piece with the sink, for the sink, and the other two pieces go here and here. So, but yeah, I'm real pleased with the way they turned out. When my other material get here, I'm going to go ahead and pour that final protective coat on top of it. Grind, you can see where it drips off the edges. You need to grind that down. Just use a sander or a grinder and knock that off in about 30 seconds. They'll be ready to install. And I'm going to do the showers just like this, same color scheme, everything. We originally weren't going to put any blue in it. We decided to add this blue just to give it a little bit of a little color. And I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. Turned out real nice. Put a little more in these two pieces than we did the original piece. After we got finished, we wished we'd have put more in the larger piece. We put a little red in this one too. You can see some of the red, I think, is coming through. Hopefully it comes through, and you can see little red spots here and there. Not a lot. We didn't put any red in these other two pieces. We just weren't sure if we liked the red in there or not. We think the blue looked really good, so we just left it at that. But yeah, it's amazing how realistic it looks. It looks like a real slice of granite. And instead of spending $5,000 or $10,000 on granite, we've got maybe, I think I've got about $300 in the materials, including the epoxy, and then my time building them and pouring it. So anyway, hope you like them. I'll update you again when we get them on the countertops. Okay, final walkthrough, finished house, ready for Airbnb. See the kitchen, gas stove, new countertops, everything in here. This whole house was completely gutted and redone, down to the sheetrock. New cabinets, all new appliances, all new furniture. Living room, front door. Come through here, hallway. Two bedrooms and a bath down there, a bedroom down here. Queen bunk beds here. So it's bunk beds, but it is two queens. Another queen down here. Washer and dryer in here. And bathroom in here. The only thing that's not finished on the bathroom is we don't have our glass door up here yet. It hasn't come in yet. But
Well, I hope you had enjoyed watching us turn what was a disastrous dump into a nice, new, comfortable home that I think anybody would be proud to stay in and call their home now. They don't build homes like this anymore, and it has a uniqueness to it. It has a wonderful location, and it will be available on Airbnb. And so I hope you enjoyed watching us take this project and turn it from nothing into something. But I appreciate you watching.